$4,200. That's the number you check first. Before the messages, before the news, before you're fully awake. You reach for your phone at 6:47 a.m. and you open the app the way other people open their eyes, automatically, involuntarily, like breathing. The number is $4,200. It was $4,200 yesterday. It will probably be $4,200 tomorrow. You know this, and you check anyway. This is what financial anxiety looks like at its most functional. Not dramatic, not a crisis, just a low, constant surveillance of a number that doesn't move fast enough to justify the watching. You have a spreadsheet, 3 tabs, color-coded. You refresh your bank app 4, sometimes 6 times a day. Not because you expect something to change, because not checking feels like something could go wrong. You are 26. You are doing everything correctly. You have an emergency fund. You have a Roth IRA. You read the right things. You know what an expense ratio is. You have automated transfers set up on payday, invisible, precise. And yet, the number still feels fragile, like it could disappear, like the vigilance is the only thing between you and some unnamed collapse. This is the vigil, the constant watching, the money as threat phase, where your net worth is technically growing and emotionally feels like standing on ice, solid until the moment it isn't. Here's what nobody tells you. The checking is not protecting you. The checking is the anxiety. They are the same thing. Rule 1. Monitoring a number does not change a number. The people who build wealth quietly are not watching more carefully than you. They are watching less, not because they are reckless, because they built systems they trust. And trusting the system means releasing the vigil. You haven't learned to trust the system yet, so you watch. Act 2. The shift. It happens on a Tuesday. Nothing ceremonial. You get a notification. The market is up 2.3%. Your portfolio gained $340 while you were in a meeting arguing about font sizes. You look at the number, you close the app, and then, for reasons you won't fully understand until later, you don't open it again that day. Not because you forgot. You didn't forget. Because something small and structural shifted in the way you understood what the number was. It wasn't a record of your safety. It was a report from a machine you had built and set in motion. And the machine didn't need you to watch it. It needed you to leave it alone. You go 3 days without checking. The discomfort on day 1 is real. Physical, almost. Day 2 is easier. Day 3, you notice you thought about something else entirely for 6 hours in a row. You check on day 4. The number is higher. You close the app. This is the beginning of the most important financial skill nobody talks about. Not budgeting, not investing. Psychological detachment from the scoreboard. Wealth is built in the background. The foreground is just noise. The account that made you a millionaire is not the one you watched every morning. It's the one you funded in 2019 and stopped thinking about. The one that compounded through 3 market dips while you were busy living. The vigil was never the strategy. The automation was the strategy. The vigil was just fear wearing the costume of diligence. You are 31 now. Your net worth is $87,000. You check it once a month. On the 1st, like a utility bill. You look, you note, you close it. This is not because you don't care about money. You care more about money than you ever have, but the caring has changed texture. You no longer think about the balance. You think about the structure. Where is the capital positioned? Is the allocation still correct? What needs to be rebalanced? 1 question per month. Clean, unemotional. Then back to your life. Here's what that buys you. Not the returns, not the compound interest. The cognitive space. Every hour you spent checking the balance was an hour you spent confirming your fear. That hour is now available for something that builds. A conversation with someone who might become a client. An hour reading something that changes how you see an industry. A long walk where you think clearly for the first time in weeks. The space left by the Vigil is the most underrated asset in personal finance. The day you stop checking is not the day you stop caring. It's the day you finally trust what you built. Most people never reach it. Not because they don't have the money, because they never built the system that earns the trust. They spend years monitoring instead of structuring, watching instead of automating, managing anxiety instead of building architecture. The architecture is simple. You already know it. Automate the investment before you see the income. Diversify to reduce the volatility that triggers the checking. Set a review cadence and hold it. And then, the part nobody says out loud, let it be boring. The boring account is the one that works. The exciting account is the one you're constantly interfering with. You are 38. Your net worth crossed $400,000 this year. You found out on a Sunday evening, almost by accident, when you opened the app for your monthly review and the number was just there. $400,000. You noted it, you closed it, you made dinner. 5 years ago, this number would have sent you to every financial forum you could find, asking strangers if you were doing it right, refreshing the portfolio page until midnight, terrified the market would take it before morning. Tonight, you made pasta. You watched something. You went to sleep. This is what financial maturity feels like. Not celebration, not numbness, continuity. The number is part of a system. The system is running. You are living. There is a version of you that will always be 26, standing in a kitchen at 6:47 a.m., reaching for the phone before the coffee, opening the app before the eyes are fully focused, checking the number that isn't going to change. That version of you was not foolish. That version of you was afraid. And fear is a reasonable response to something you don't yet trust. The work is not in the watching. The work is in building something solid enough that one day, without announcement, without ceremony, on a completely ordinary Tuesday, you simply don't check. And the number grows anyway. It always was. $4,200. That's the balance. That's where it starts. The checking, the vigil, the 6 a.m. ritual with the phone. Every person who ever built anything started there. Not with a strategy, not with a plan, with a number they were afraid to look away from. The day you look away, really look away, is not the day you stop caring about your future. It's the first day you actually start building it. Subscribe. The next one picks up where this leaves off.